Hi everybody, this is Terry, going to do a little children's yoga for the 519. Let's get started. Hi everybody, it's Terry, and some of you might have done yoga with me at the 519 earlier this year or maybe last year. So I'm so excited to do some yoga with you from my kitchen. I don't have my family here with me today, but I do have some other little friends. So if you have any little friends or a special stuffy that you want to go get to do some yoga with, please go do so, and then we'll get started. Okay? All right. Now, the first thing we always start with in yoga is just to remind everybody to be safe. So if you've never done yoga before, give it a try, but anything you don't want to try, you don't need to. The other rule is listen to yourself, listen to your body. If your body thinks something doesn't feel good, then listen to it. No, I don't think I want to try that, Terry. But if it feels good and feels fun, you go ahead and try. Okay? So, the first thing we're going to do, besides feel safe and listen to our bodies, is breathe. In yoga, we always start with breathing. We start with inhaling, breathing in through our nose. And let's do a big breath out through the mouth. 2 more times. That was 1. 2. And 3. There we go. Now, we're sitting kind of comfortably. We did some good breath, and that breath can tell us, our body, that we're safe and we're well and we're going to be okay. So anytime you feel upset or worried or anxious, you can just do those 3 big breaths and feel better. Some people say, smell the soup, cool the soup. Smell the soup, cool the soup. Or they say, take a breath, blow out the candles. Whatever works for you, you can do it. Some people, when they're practicing their breathing, they use a pinwheel that they can get at a dollar store. And that helps remind me to take a big, big breath so I can make my pinwheel spin round. Okay, so we got the breath down. The next thing we're going to do is start with some poses. The first one we're going to do is butterfly pose. So put your feet together and sit comfortably. And if you want your friends to join you, they can join you. And let's start by lifting up our knees and dropping our knees. Lifting up our knees and dropping our knees. And make your butterfly wings. Fly, fly, fly. Fly, fly, fly. What color is your butterfly? My butterfly's green. That's my favorite color. Maybe yours is pink. Maybe blue. Maybe brown. Maybe Spider-Man colors. Okay, faster, 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 and stop. Stop, butterfly. Now we're going to do some gorilla moves. Are you ready? We're going to do gorilla moves. Okay. Let's pound our chest like a gorilla. Not too hard. Make some weird noises. This helps with our breathing too. Just up here at the top of your chest. And so. Now we're going to pretend that this gorilla has a little baby gorilla with it. Is it picking up its baby and rocking its baby side to side, side to side, side to side. Now grown-ups who are joining us, just make sure you flex your foot to protect your ankle and protect your knee, and please try not to sickle that ankle. Keep it straight, rocking back and forth, back and forth. And some of you bendy kids might be able to put your foot on your head. Give your baby some kisses. Oh, nice baby. Okay, let's do the other one because there's 2 babies. We got to pick up the other baby. And rock it side to side, side to side, side to side. This is good for your hip joint. This leg bone here, your femur, the biggest, strongest bone in your body, goes into your hip socket. And by doing this gorilla move, like we're a big gorilla rocking a baby gorilla, we help our hip joint get nice and ready for more action. Okay, let's stop that. Next, we're going to be jungle cats. Are you ready to be a jungle cat? Let's be jungle cats. You can be a tiger or a lion or a leopard or a jaguar or a cheetah or any kind of jungle cat you want. You can make up your own. We're going to be jungle cats, and that means, grown-ups, that you put your wrist directly under your shoulder and spread your fingers nice and wide and put your knee directly underneath the hip so that you've got a nice right angle. And that's going to keep you safe. Knees are about hip distance apart, grown-ups. Okay, and now, jungle cats, let's hear you roar. Roar! A little louder, please. Roar! Was that good? Roar! Okay, now let's arch our back like a cat. That's an exhale for grown-ups. Inhale, arch your back and your tail up. Exhale, arch your back down. And do that a few times. Just arching your back, warming up that spine. Now, this is the fun part of family yoga. You can ask a grown-up or somebody else in your family or maybe a little dog to sit on your back while you do that. And if you're doing this with another human, then it's best to go back to back. Put your back on somebody else's back. And then when you arch your back, my dog fell off. The person's going to get a nice ride when you're arching your back in different directions. And sometimes it may fall off, and that's part of the fun. Either way, your spine's going to get a nice massage. And then you can look over your tail at your feet one way and look over your tail at your feet the other way and back and forth. And again, we're warming up our spine, all those little bones that are connected in our back. Keep them nice and healthy. All right, jungle cats, let's raise our tail up now and see if we can wave at people. Hello! Hello! Hello, Wolfie! Hello! Hello! And let's try our other tail. See how high you can get that up? Can you wave it around, side to side? Get it moving. Maybe you could rotate your tail. Hello! Maybe you can touch your head with your tail. I can't, but you can try. Roar. Good work, jungle cats. We're going to try something else now called downward dog. Yes, this is a dog pose. Wolfie and my puppy are very excited about this one. I'm going to move my hands just ahead of my shoulders now, grown-ups, putting my fingers forward, curling my toes under, and pushing my hips up with my legs as bent as they need to be, up toward the back. Now, maybe you're bendy and you can straighten your legs and make an upside down letter V. And maybe stretch out your calves, give them a nice paddle, maybe make some dog noises. Or not. And for you bendy folks, maybe you want to stretch one leg up to the sky, stretch the other leg up to the sky, and let's come down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do what we call child's pose or rock pose. So, this would probably have some of you sleep. We're just going to curl up in a little ball, put our forehead down, and rest our arms alongside our body. Grown-ups, you might want to put your toes together and your knees apart. If you're pregnant, that makes room for a belly. And you can touch your forehead down here. Stretch your arms out in front or alongside. And again, this is another fun partner pose. If you have somebody in your house that you want to do it with, or somebody who's your little friend, they can also sit on on your hips. So it might feel nice. Or they can lay back and spread out. I'm gonna get my little yoga teddy bear to show you. You can spread out on your partner's back like that. And it's gonna feel pretty nice. It feels nice to get squished sometimes. Lots of pressure, lots of squishing. Feels pretty good. Take a deep breath. And the person who's on top, or the stuffy, they can stretch out and stretch out their arms and stretch out their legs. And maybe have a giggle. And maybe you wiggle a little bit till they fall off. Okay. Next, what are we gonna do next? Next we're gonna do a snake pose. Are you guys ready for snake pose? Cobra pose. That means you come down on your tummy this time. We're gonna come down on our tummy. Put your hands by your shoulders and your elbows are back. Stretch your toes back along the floor behind you. You can kick the floor a little bit. How does that feel? It feels pretty good on the tops of the feet. All right, let's be cobras. We're gonna slowly look up, look around. And how do snakes smell? They don't use their nose, they use their tongue. So let's have a smell. Uh-oh, there's a big bird overhead. Might be an eagle. They like to eat snakes. Get down quickly. Danger, danger, danger. Okay, we're safe. Let's have another look. Come back up, look around. Oh no, I see an eagle. Come down. Let's do it one more time. Sneak our way up, look around. Oh no, there's an eagle. Come down. It's okay, we're safe now. Yay. Okay. Now that we've been snakes on the ground, let's look around and I see some pretty flowers. Maybe we can do a flower pose. There's different ways to do flower poses. You can be a flower like this, where you can sit with your legs straight and your arms out. Can you try that? Yeah, flower pose. Or maybe you want to try being a flower where you balance on your bum and you tuck your arms underneath and sit like this, like a flower. And these are your petals. There's so many different kinds of flowers that any way you want to do a flower is perfect. So let's see if I can do one with my friends. I'm going to put my little cats and my little raccoon and hold them up. Yay! They like having a flower ride. That's the flower pose. Okay. Now, we're going to try doing rabbit pose. So for rabbit pose, there's different ways you can be a bunny or a rabbit. So today, we're going to try one like this. Come on your hands and knees. All right? Now, instead of having our hands right down here, we're going to put the top of your head on the floor. And now, to make ears for that rabbit, we're going to bring our arms up behind us. Stretch them up, stretch them out of your socket. And make sure you're on the top of your head. Stretching your arms up to the ceiling. Yeah, those are the ears of the bunny. Okay, one more breath here. And let's come up. Bunny rabbits, and if you want to hop around and hop like a bunny, you sure can. 1, 2, 3. Hop around, wiggle your nose, and if you know any bunny rabbit songs that you want to sing, go right ahead. Now this little bunny has been hopping around, and let's say now we've come to a river, and it's a big wide river, and at the edge of the river we see a turtle. Now, to make a turtle in yoga, we can put our feet together like we did for butterfly. Only this time, we take our hands and we tuck them under our legs. So right at the side here where there's an opening, that's where you put your hands through. And if you're super bendy, as you probably are, and I'm not so super bendy, you can put your face right down on your feet and hunch down like a turtle. And if you get scared, you can bring your head in and bring your hands in. But if you're feeling okay, you can put your head up and put your feet out and be a happy turtle. I'm a happy turtle beside the river. That's the turtle pose. Now, at this river, there's a boat. So we could go for a ride in the boat. Put your life jacket on first, of course. And you can make a boat with your legs by spreading your feet wide apart, stick your toes straight up, and maybe you want to do this one with a friend. So you can row the boat together like this. Row and row and row. And if you know any songs about rowing your boat, go ahead and sing it. Row and maybe go faster and faster and faster and faster. How fast can you go? Wolfie, you're pretty fast. We're getting tired. Woo. Or maybe you can go in slow motion and see if you can go over a little further each time. Slowly row your boat. Slow motion. Is that fun? Okay. Thanks, Wolfie. Now, there's another way we can do a boat in yoga. Navasana, that's the name we call it in yoga, where we sit back on our bum, kind of like when we were making a flower. And then maybe you lift one leg up, and maybe you lift the other one up, and maybe you lift your arms up, or maybe you keep your hands down here. Maybe you give somebody a ride. And maybe you can go row your boat. Get back in here. You can row your boat like this. Maybe you can go really fast. Maybe you can go really slow. Or maybe not so much at all. And we just give you a little nice rocky little ride like this. Now, if you've got somebody who's big enough, maybe they want to give you a boat ride like this. Or maybe they want to turn it into an airplane ride. Woohoo! Woohoo! Flying through the air like an airplane. Woo! 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 Whoa! Wolfie, hang on, buddy. So, lots of fun doing yoga airplanes, yoga boat rides. So what else can we do now? Let's see. We're at the river, and sometimes at the river people don't want to take a boat, so they take a bridge. So let's make a bridge with our body. Lots of different ways you can make a bridge. You can make a bridge like this, and you could be a walking bridge maybe. Or you can make a bridge like this. You go lay down on your back, put your feet pretty close to your bum, and push down into your shoulders, push down into your feet, push down into your arms, but push your hips up to the sky. This is called bridge pose in yoga. And again, if you want somebody to go on the bridge, oops, kitty fell off. Whoop. Your stuffies can go on the bridge. Maybe you can make that bridge a little bumpy for them. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can put a flag on your bridge. Hey, Rocky Raccoon, you want to go up there? That would be bridge with a flag. And then try your other flag. Keeping those hips up, keeping your knees parallel, grown-ups, so that you're not splaying out your knees. You want to keep them parallel. And then slowly bringing them down, and let's hug our knees into our chest. Roll around. This actually massages your back and your kidneys and gives you a nice feeling in your back. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Okay, and let's roll up. What are we going to do next? Well, I think we could stand up and do some standing poses now if you're ready. Stand up. So, let's start off with mountain pose. Mountain pose means standing with your feet going parallel like train tracks and having your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your head all over your ankles. So it's kind of like head and shoulders, knees and toes are all in a line of energy like a big, strong mountain. Now some mountains are volcanoes. Shall we be a volcano? Let's do it. Let's be a volcano. And volcanoes are places in the earth where there's a little bit of movement and a crack where the lava, the magma comes up, comes out of the earth. So are you ready? Let's do rumble, 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 explosion! And again. Rumble, 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 explosion! And one more time. Volcanoes, get ready to rumble. Rumble, 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 explosion! Whew, that was exciting. Good volcanoes. Okay, let's see, what else can we be when it comes to the earth? We could be trees. Have you ever been a tree? There's lots of ways to be a tree. One is to be a palm tree, blowing in the wind. Big breath, put your arms up, and just lean over to one side. Big breath, lean over to the other side. Now another way to be a tree, and this is better if you've got a grown-up, or maybe you can hold on to something. You might want to put your foot out to the side like this, or put your foot on your calf, or put your foot on your thigh. But grown-ups, remember not to put it on your knee. You want to protect your knee. So we're going to put our foot below the knee or above the knee. And then maybe you can hold on to somebody you love, or a wall, or nobody, and just be a tree. What kind of tree do you want to be? An oak tree, an apple tree, a pear tree, a peach tree, a maple tree, a cherry tree, an alder, a birch. What kind of tree do you want to be today? A Christmas tree? Ah! I'm a wiggly tree. And down I go. Okay, one more time. Let's try the other side. If you were a tree on one leg, do your opposite leg. Decide, this time maybe I want to be a maple tree because I like to have sap. So I'm going to put my foot here. I'm a maple tree reaching for the sun. Yay, because I love maple syrup. So I'm going to be a maple tree. Also maple trees, I love them because they're shady, they're cool, they're beautiful, and they protect us. Thank you, maple trees. Okay, what can we do now while we're standing? We could be warrior poses. We could do warriors. Ready? I'm just going to move my little friends out of the way here. You guys want to do warrior pose with me? Okay. For warrior pose, we're going to take a big, make our legs go wide. And I'm going to have this foot pointing one way and this one at a right angle, grown-ups, with my heel of this foot lined up with the arch of that foot. Anyways, big wide legs. Bend the front leg. Grown-ups, you can keep your knee over your ankle. Try not to go past. You want to protect those beautiful tender knees. All right, you guys can rest there. Now we're going to float our arms out to our shoulder height. Look down our middle finger. Suck in our belly. Suck your belly in, make it strong. When you suck your belly in, it makes everything stronger. Powerful legs, powerful arms. Yes. Beautiful warriors. Now the next pose is called Peaceful Warrior. You can put your arm on your leg And then reach up like you're going to touch the sun with your other hand. Look up, look up. And that's called the peaceful warrior. Beautiful. And let's come down. And we're going to bring this arm to meet this one. It looks like I'm maybe going to dive into a pool, but I'm not. I'm going to try to do warrior 3, which means bringing my back leg in. All right, you guys jump off. And float my back leg up a little bit. I'm just going to move a little bit so you can see me. And you can hold on to something. Maybe you hold on and just put your leg out like that. And see if you can make a letter T with your body. Might be a weird looking letter T, but that's okay. And let's do it all again now on the other side. So, all right guys, come along. We're going to start off with warrior 2. Warrior 2, warrior number 2, means this front leg is bent, that back leg, the toes are pointing out that way, and my legs are strong. Okay. Warrior 2, looking good. Arms are strong, legs are strong. Hold your warrior 2, beautiful. Do you remember the next warrior, the peaceful warrior? We drop the back arm down, we put the front arm up, look up at our palm. Peaceful warrior, peaceful warrior. Okay, do you remember the next one, warrior 3? Guys, jump off. Woo! Bring your back leg in, part way. Put your arms out like you're going to dive into the lake. And then float your back leg up any amount. Maybe it's here today. Maybe it's just here. Maybe you're holding on to something. Wherever you are today is perfect. You're perfect, just the way you are. Wiggling is allowed and encouraged. And come on out of that. So, those were the warriors. Warrior 2, we did peaceful warrior, and then we did warrior 3. Now, what are we going to do? Let's see. Well, let's see now if we can come back down to the floor. And do a couple more poses before we relax. Because at the end of every yoga, we relax. Well, let's see if we can do a little stretching. Let's put our feet out in front of you, and maybe your legs are bent, maybe they're straight. Wherever you are is perfect. Wave to me with your toes wherever they are. Hello, hello, hello. Being able to wiggle your toes is a really good skill. See if you can spread your toes out as widely as possible. Widely as possible. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a big breath and see if we can touch our toes or our knees or our calves, anywhere. But lead with your heart. Let's move your heart out like this. And actually, you know what this reminds me of? Like making a sandwich. So let's pretend this is the bottom piece of bread and we need to put some things in our sandwich. What would you like to add to the sandwich? Okay. My little friend here would like to add some peanut butter. You don't like peanut butter? You're allergic to it? Okay. We'll make another sandwich later for you, okay? We're going to add some cucumbers. What do you want to add? Bananas? Pickles? Jelly? Marmalade? Tomatoes? Some cheese? Okay, maybe some vegan mayonnaise. That's a big, fat, juicy sandwich. Let's rub it all in and put the top piece of bread on it, ready, squishing down on that sandwich. Yum, yum, yum. Ah, that was a big sandwich. Better eat it up now. Thank you. It was delicious. Okay, now let's do a little twisting. Twisting is good for us, believe it or not. And usually kids are better at twisting than grown-ups. So I'm going to try this twist where I'm sitting down. And I bend one leg here. And I'm going to take my opposite one and see if I can get it on the other side of my thigh, but still sit up nice and tall. Can you do that? So your foot's here, sitting like this, but I grab my foot and I put it on the other side of my thigh like that, sitting up nice and tall. And then I'm going to reach up with this hand and I'm going to hug this leg. And I'm going to see if I can look behind me like an owl who's turning around going, hoo, 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 hoo. Raccoon, do you see any owls? Hoo, 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 hoo. Big breath, hoo, hoo. And then I'm going to slowly and twist. Take my leg back and do it on the other side. I'm going to bend this leg and take my opposite ankle, pop it over there, sit up nice and tall and hug this leg, hug, hug, hug. And then I'm going to look behind me like an owl. Inhale and oh, hoo, 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 hoo. And come all the way back. That was nice. Guess what? It's time for now. Time for a relaxation. So what that means is, after your body did all these amazing things and we kind of had an adventure and we were animals and plants and all kinds of things, that we get to relax now and be well. So knowing how to relax and be well is important. So we can lie down on our backs and we can stretch our legs out, or we can keep our legs bent. If your lower back, if this part of your back is sore, because sometimes in grown-ups it can get sore, you can keep your legs bent and just let your knees rest on each other. Put your palms facing up and relax like that. Or maybe your back is feeling pretty good and you just want to stretch your legs out. You can do that. Let your legs be a little bit apart, like about as wide apart as a yoga mat. Let your feet be as wide apart as a yoga mat. Your palms of your hands are facing up, out at your sides, and you just start to relax. Now while you're laying there, I'm going to give you some ideas for each piece of your body to relax. So close your eyes, stay lying down. I'm going to get my little singing bowl here. And you might hear some pretty sounds while you're relaxing. So close your eyes. And if anything starts to come into your mind, I want you to just let it go. Let it go like you're watching clouds in the sky and you see them above you and then they sort of float away. So anything that you're thinking about, let it go and see if you can come back to hearing your own breathing. Just like we did at the beginning, with a big inhale and a big exhale. See if your belly can rise and fall on that inhale and exhale. So, feet and toes, relax. Calves and knees and legs, relax. Tummy, back, chest, relax. Hands, arms, shoulders, relax. ears. Relax. Body. Relax. This is quiet time for a few minutes. Now, you can start to wiggle your toes and hands and fingers. If you were laying down, you could start to roll your neck from side to side and wiggle your hips back and forth. And maybe you want to roll over to your side, or maybe you want to grab your feet and roll back up to sitting. Come on, everybody. Come back up to sitting. Okay, now, just to end our yoga practice for today, I'm going to invite you to take your hands, if you can, cross them, and maybe wiggle your ears a little bit. And maybe switch. That's good for your ears and your brain. And now, we're going to rub our hands together so they get nice and warm. And we're going to give some of that nice warm energy to our ears. So if grown-ups, if you're doing this, you can put your hands maybe over the little person's ears like this. Or little people, you can do this for yourself, or you can do it to your grown-up. Put your nice tingly palms over your ears and feel the heat. Feel that energy, that little tingly warmth. It's so good. Guess what? We're going to do it for our eyes now. So I'm going to take my glasses off so my eyes can really feel it. I'm going to rub my hands together. Got some nice warm tingly energy, and then I'm going to give it to my eyes. Or I can give it to somebody else's eyes. Well, yours are closed, aren't they? Like that. Oh, it feels so lovely. And we're going to do one last one for your beautiful hearts. Are you ready? Get that energy stoked. Your electromagnetic field. Some people call it your chi. And we're going to take that energy and you can give it to your own heart, or you can give it to the heart of somebody you love. You can feel their heart beating and they can feel that warm energy. Or maybe you want to give it to your own heart that's been beating this whole time without even asking it to. Thank you, heart. I'm so grateful. Well, I think we did a lot of yoga and had a lot of fun. I hope you did anyway. I think we did here. Again, my name is Terry, and I'm going to end the class by saying namaste. And that means the light in me sees the light in you. So thanks for trying yoga today. and probably succeeding. Namaste. So that was our children's yoga for the 519. There we go.